Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Nasdaq Spotlight. My name is Chris Dearborn. I'm a managing director in Nasdaq's corporate client and listing group. And joining me today is Dave Benninghausen. He is the chief executive officer of Noodles & Company, which is listed on Nasdaq under the ticker NDLS. Dave, welcome back.
Great to be here, Chris.
What brings you to Nasdaq today?
Tomorrow we have a very exciting day in the history of noodles. We're going to be introducing caulifloodles, which if you're not familiar with, it's a cauliflower-infused noodle. We had great success with the zucchini noodle last May, and this is really just that great step forward in terms of vegetable, plant-based, really infused, has the same mouthfeel, same bite and texture of regular wheat noodle, so it's going to be a great fit, especially for parents. Because if you're trying to get vegetables into your kids, I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old, Chris, and it's hell, but with the cauliflower noodle, really a great opportunity to really do that.
So talking about great options on the menu, now it sounds like you have even more options. How does that fit with all the other options that you already have on the menu? What direction are you going with here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we think the menu, what we don't want to do, Chris, is create too much complexity. So we're trying to close some gaps in the menu. Over the years, the brand has always been great with choice, favorites from kids to adults, healthy to indulgent, comfortable to adventurous. That healthy to indulgent side was the one area where we felt we had some opportunity and some weakness. Zucchini and now with the caulifloodles really feel like this brand, more than any other brand in fast casual, fits the need for choice in today's consumer.
That's awesome. I'm kind of excited to try it out.
They're fabulous.
All right, so mobile and brand, right? So brand loyalty is actually a big driver of foot traffic. Mobile is as well. So tell us about Noodles' relaunch to the digital platform and the rewards program that's going to be happening.
Yeah, so 56% of our sales off premise, 22% of sales are digital. So we've had a good platform. We're really trying to take a leap forward in terms of our online ordering experience, the app, as well as the rewards program. So all of those as well launch tomorrow. Extremely excited about it. Our brand, it skews Generation Z, it skews digital. This is going to be a win for our guests. It's going to be a win for us. It's going to be a win for investors as well.
September 25th is a pretty
September
big day.
25th, yeah, big day in Noodle Land.
It is. So you reported Q2 earnings back in August, and you expect to report again in mid-October. What are some of the takeaways here?
Biggest takeaway is that a lot of the trends that you see in the restaurant space, we've been bucking. So 5 consecutive quarters of positive same-store sales, 2-year growth same-store sales, almost 10% in Q2. Biggest one might be, though, margin. So restaurant level margin was over 17 in Q2 of 2019. Right. That's our best in over 4 or 5 years. 150 basis point margin leverage versus last year, and that's not something you're seeing very often in restaurant land.
No, absolutely not. So on that move, talk to me a little bit about the footage breakdown here between the franchisees and the store-owned brand.
One thing we're extremely excited about, Chris, is the opportunity to build our footprint, company and franchise. From the franchise side, we always felt that, let's get the economic model better. Let's work on some prototype work on smaller square footage, more off-premise oriented, whether it be pickup windows, not as much focus on the dine-in. It makes a much more positive and favorable economic model for franchisees. Had some success in the most recent quarter. We'll continue to push on the franchise side of the equation, as well as some company growth, looking for 5% unit growth starting in 2021.
Where can we expect to find some new Noodles openings?
Well, that's a good thing about Noodles in that when we went through a period of significant growth, Chris, we do have quite a bit of markets where we have great infill opportunities. So whether they be Phoenix, Orlando, some of the markets like that, where we really now have a little bit of penetration, but even some of our larger markets, Washington, D.C., as well as Chicago, there's opportunity, and later tonight I'll be over in Long Island looking at some opportunity there as well.
Right close to my home. I know you got the one spot there that's close to me.
Highest volume restaurant in the system over there at Westbury Plaza.
Yep. All right, so shifting gears a little bit, for those of you who are not familiar, we've talked about it before last time you were here, No Kid Hungry. It's a great organization. Absolutely. It's a national campaign that works tirelessly to help end childhood hunger in America. Tell me about your involvement there.
Well, just in the last 3 years, we've raised $1.7 million for No Kid Hungry, which is a fabulous organization. And 1 in 6 kids right now have trouble knowing where their next meal is going to come from. So very excited. This is one that hits close to home. When you think about restaurant employees, a lot of people that work in our restaurants, they've encountered childhood hunger at some point in their life. And so it's one our teams really rally around and really makes an enormous difference.
Away from the national No Kid Hungry, what are the local nonprofits are you working with, and how does that kind of work?
Oh boy, they run the gamut. They're everything from local humane societies to local chapters of Make-A-Wish, you name it. We try to give a lot of autonomy to our teams in terms of just finding partners that are close by and that they have their own personal connections with. Do typical fundraiser nights, sponsor 5Ks, you name it. We do a lot of work around the charity side, and our team members, which tend to be Generation Z as well, that's a big factor on why they stay with us.
A lot of things to be excited about. Right, the new menu launch, the mobile launch, the branding, the footprinting. What else excites you about
I think the economic model you're going to see transform over the next year or two in terms of we haven't really looked at the back of the house from an equipment perspective in several years, Chris, and we've just now, actually today is the first day we have one restaurant that we've retrofitted with some new equipment, new processes. I think it'll make us much faster, make the food hotter, more efficient from a labor perspective. We're extremely excited about that economic model, which has already made tremendous success, tremendous progress over the last year and a half. Really, I think it's about to hit a transformative spot.
Excellent. One more question, a little bit outside the box.
Absolutely.
You know, we like to do this. What would you share with us with our budding entrepreneurs who are looking to invest in the space? What would you tell them?
In the restaurant space, a lot of it is about people and execution, always. Restaurants never forget that as much as you do delivery and technology, and that's the way we win, it is all about execution at the restaurant level.
All about the people.
All about the people.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Dave Benninghausen. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Noodles & Company, ticker NDLS, listed here on Nasdaq. Dave, thanks so much.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.